Hello friends, in today's lecture we are going to see next point from quantum chemistry is the photoelectric effect. So before studying photoelectric effect we will revise what is meant by photon, properties of photons and so on. So as we know the definition of quanta means the packet or bundles of energy, and also this is called as a photon. A packet or bundle of energy is called as a photon. An energy of photon can be calculated by using equation E is equal to h nu. Here nu is the frequency and E is the energy, and we know nu is equal to c upon lambda. C is the velocity of light and lambda is the wavelength. And we know the properties of the photons. A photon travels at a speed of light c in a vacuum, and we know the value 3 into 10 raised to minus 8 meter per seconds. And in centimeter, this value is 3 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter centimeter per second. And a photon has a zero mass. The photon cannot exist at rest, and the kinetic energy or the kinetic mass of a photon is m is equal to E divided by c square. Here E is the energy. So mass can be calculated as h upon c into lambda. And the momentum, which is calculated by using equation P is equal to h upon lambda. Or we know the de Broglie wavelength equation, lambda is equal to h by p. So simply this equation is rearranged here, and photons travels in a straight line, and energy of a photon which depends upon the frequency of the photon. So the energy of the photon does not change when photon travels from one medium to the another medium. So this is all about the photon, and the wavelength of the photon changes in different media. So velocity of a photon is different in different medias. So simply velocity of the photons or the wavelength of the photons will be different when the medium is different. Then the photons are electrically neutral because they have no charge. Photons may show diffraction under given conditions, and photons are not deviated by magnetic and the electrical fields. So this is all about the photons, and now we are going to see actually what is meant by photoelectric effect. So photoelectric effect is the phenomena of emission of electrons from mainly metal surfaces exposed to light energy such as X-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet radiations, visible radiations and the IR radiations of suitable frequency is known as a photoelectric effect. So consider this diagram. Here metal is taken, and on this metal the ultraviolet radiations are bombarded, and after bombardment of the ultraviolet radiations one electron is ejected from the metal surface. So when number of electrons were ejected, then these are called as a photoelectrons, and the electrons emitted by this effect are called as a photoelectrons. The current constituted by photoelectrons is known as a photoelectric current. And non-metals also show the photoelectric effects in liquid and gases. This effect is very limited. So when there are alkali metals, then there is a photoelectric effect is present, but when the metals other than alkali metals are taken, then there is a no photoelectron injection. And this is for alkali metals. When we bombard visible light on these metals, it emits the photoelectrons. Means simply metals, alkali metals will show the photoelectric effect, and the metals other than alkali metals does not show the emission of the photoelectrons. So see the experimental setup for the study of photoelectric effect. So here a cylindrical shape is taken, and where one is a cathode, another one is an anode. So here cathode is taken a metal. So C represents the cathode and cathode is a metal. That means metallic cathode. So when we bombard ultraviolet radiations on this cathode or a metal, it emits number of photoelectrons. This photoelectrons passes to a anode. Anode should be also metallic anode. So by this way, from the anode there is a electrical circuit is joined. So this electrons flows into the circuit. That means there is a transfer of current. So simply when light of suitable frequency falls on the metallic cathode, the photoelectrons are ejected or emitted, and these photoelectrons are attracted towards the positive end, that is the anode, and hence the photoelectric current is constituted. So simply we can say that there is a transfer of electron occurs from cathode to the anode. Means simply electrons are ejected, and by this way we can find out the emitted electrons. So photoelectric effect. The photoelectric effect is a phenomenon in which electrons are ejected from the surface of a metal when we bombard light on it. And these ejected electrons are called as photoelectrons. It is very important to note that the emission of photoelectrons and the kinetic energy of the ejected photoelectrons is dependent on the frequency of the light that is incident on the metal surface. So simply kinetic energy and the emission of photoelectron is dependent upon only the frequency of the incident radiations which initially bombarded on the metal surface, and the process through which photoelectrons are ejected from the surface of the metal to the action of light is commonly referred to as a photoemission. And the photoelectric effect occurs because electrons at the surface of the metal tend to absorb energy initially from the incident light, and this energy can be used to overcome the attractive forces that bind them to the metallic nuclei. An illustration detailing the emission of photoelectrons as a result of the photoelectric effect is shown in this diagram. Here, initially ultraviolet radiations are bombarded on the cathode, then the electrons are emitted from the cathode and they are passed to the anode and then moves into the electrical circuit, and that shows the photocurrent is there. So the photoelectric effect and the concept of the photons. So as we learn that the incident ultraviolet radiation or UV visible radiation or IR radiation which are used to bombard on the metal surface, they have some energy, some frequency, some wavelength. So we can find out the energy of the incident radiations by using equation E is equal to h nu, that is Sc upon lambda. E represents the energy of the photon, h represents Planck constant, nu is the frequency, c is the velocity of light, and lambda is the wavelength of light. And by using photoelectric effect, the particle-like nature is found, and the particle-like nature is also called as a photons. Thus, it can be understood that the different frequencies of light carry photons of varying energies. For example, the frequency of the blue light is greater than that of the red light. Therefore, the energy held by a photon of blue light will be greater than the energy held by a photon of red light. As we know, E is equal to Sc upon lambda, that is, the energy is inversely proportional to lambda. So, when the energy of one radiation is greater, obviously wavelength will be shorter, and vice versa. So, same condition is for blue light and the red light. When energy of the blue light is more, then obviously energy of the red light is less. Same way, the frequency or wavelength will be changing. And the threshold energy for the photoelectric effect. For the photoelectric effect to occur, the photons that are incident on the metal surface must carry sufficient amount of energy to overcome the attractive forces which binds the electrons to the nuclei of the metals. So, the minimum amount of energy which is required to remove an electron from the metal, this is called as the threshold energy, and this is denoted by the symbol phi. So, simply when we bombard the incident radiations on the metal surface, it is absorbed firstly by the metal and then one electron is ejected from the metal surface. So, simply we can say that the minimum amount of energy is required to remove the electron from the metal surface, and that minimum energy is known as a threshold energy, which is given by symbol phi. So, we can also say that this threshold energy is the work function or the actual energy which is required for the ejection of one electron. And for a photon to possess energy equal to the threshold energy, its frequency must be equal to the threshold frequency. When we use a photon, its energy should be threshold energy and its frequency must be equal to the threshold frequency, that is the minimum frequency of light which is required to occur a photoelectric effect. And the phi can be calculated as h nu 0. So, h is the Planck's constant and nu 0 is the frequency which is required for the photoelectric effect. It is written as Sc upon lambda 0. Here lambda 0 is the wavelength when the photoelectric effect is occurred. So, simply characteristics of the photoelectric effect are this threshold frequency will vary according to the material, according to the metals, and the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the light intensity. Then the kinetic energy of the photoelectrons is directly proportional to the light frequency, and the stopping potential is directly proportional to the frequency, and the process is instantaneous. So, these are the characteristics of the photoelectric effect. Means simply when the metal is changed, obviously threshold frequency will be different. Then the photoelectric current is directly proportional to the light intensity. Then the kinetic energy of the photoelectron is directly proportional to the light frequency, and the stopping potential is also directly proportional to the frequency. So, these are the characteristics of photoelectric effect, and here are the photoelectric effect affecting the factors. So, simply factors affecting photoelectric effect are: by using apparatus we can find out the dependence of the photoelectric effect on the following factors. So, these are the factors, these three are the factors which affect the photoelectric effect. First is the intensity of the incident radiation. Next is the potential difference between metal plate and the collector plate, that is the potential difference between cathode and anode, and the frequency of the incident radiation. Means the photoelectric effect depends upon the intensity of the incident radiations, frequency of the incident radiations, and the potential difference between cathode and anode, that is metal plate and the collector plate. And now here is the relationship between frequency of the incident photon and the kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron. So, energy of photon is equal to phi plus E electron. So, E is the ejected electron and E photon is the bombarded photon. So, bombarded photon's energy can be given by equation h nu, and the phi we have written h nu 0, and the E electron is the kinetic energy of the ejected electron, which is equal to half me into v square. So, me is the mass of the electron, which is equal to 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. So, this is our equation, h nu is equal to h nu 0 plus half m v square. So, here half mv square represents the kinetic energy of the ejected electron. H nu 0 is the work function or the threshold frequency. Nu 0 is the threshold frequency. And H nu is the energy of the bombarded photon. So, E photon denotes the energy of the incident photon. Then phi denotes threshold energy of the metal surface, which is equal to H nu 0. And E electron denotes the kinetic energy of the photoelectron, which is equal to half m into v square. Now, no electrons are ejected regardless of the intensity of the radiation unless its frequency exceeds the threshold value characteristic of the metal. So, threshold value is the characteristic of the each metal, and unless the threshold value is attained, then and then only there is a photoelectric effect will occur. The kinetic energy of the ejected electron, which will increase linearly with the frequency of the incident radiation. Means kinetic energy is directly proportional to incident radiation's frequency, we already seen. And even at low light intensities, electrons are ejected immediately if the frequency is above the threshold value. And kinetic energy is given by equation half m into v square, or kinetic energy can be calculated by using h nu minus h nu 0. And this is the diagram which shows the kinetic energy of the ejected electron is different for different metal, that is the threshold frequency of each metal is different. So, on the y-axis there is a kinetic energy of the photoelectron and the frequency of the incident radiation nu is on the x-axis. So, in the photoelectric effect, it is found that no electrons are ejected when the radiation has a frequency below a characteristic value of the metal, that is below the threshold value. There is no ejection of the photoelectron, and above that value the kinetic energy of the photoelectrons varies linearly with the frequency of the incident radiation. Means when the threshold value is attained, after that kinetic energy is directly proportional to the frequency of the incident radiation, and it linearly varies for each metal. For Rb, potassium, sodium, the kinetic energy varies linearly with frequency for each metal. And this observation strongly suggests that the photoelectric effect depends on the ejection of an electron when it is involved in a collision with a particle-like projectile that carries enough energy to eject the electron from the metal. And this is the diagram which shows the h nu and phi. H nu is the energy of the incident photon and phi is the energy of the emitted photon or the ejected photoelectron. So, simply on the y-axis there is a energy. So, see here is first diagram which is A and second is B. So, see in first diagram, incident energy is h nu and the emitted energy of the photoelectron is phi. When h nu is less than phi, there is no photoelectric effect occurs because the incident energy is insufficient to remove the electron from the metal surface. So, first diagram shows the photoelectric effect is not possible because incident energy of the photon is less than the emitted energy of the photoelectron. So, consider second diagram. So, here is the h nu. H nu is the energy of the incident photon, which is much higher. To remove photoelectron from the metal surface, it is sufficient. And this phi is the work function or the threshold energy which is required for the removal of the photoelectron from the metal surface. And this one is the kinetic energy, half mv m into v square. So, simply h nu is greater than phi. So, this is the favorable condition for the photoelectric effect. So, figure shows The photoelectric effect can be explained if it is supposed that the incident radiation is composed of photons that have energy which is proportional to the frequency of the radiation. The first diagram A shows the energy of photon is insufficient to drive an electron out of the metal, and the second diagram shows the energy of the photon is more than enough to eject an electron, and the excess energy is carried away as a kinetic energy of the photoelectron. And the photo ejection cannot occur if h nu is less than 5 because the photon brings insufficient energy, and the equation of kinetic energy predicts that the kinetic energy of an ejected electron should increase linearly with the increase in frequency. As we have seen in this diagram, the kinetic energy varies linearly with the frequency. And when a photon collides with an electron, it gives up all its energy. So, we should expect electrons to appear as soon as the collisions begin, provided the photons have sufficient energy. So, bombarded photons have the sufficient energy to remove an electron from the metal surface, and the electron cannot be removed from the metal surface until the threshold frequency is attained. So, these are the conditions when h nu is less than 5, that is the energy is less than 5 of the bombarded photon, then there is a no photoelectric effect. When E is equal to 5, just photoelectric effect will take place, but the kinetic energy of the ejected electron is equal to 0. When energy of the photon is greater than energy of the photoelectron which is ejected, then there is a photoelectric effect occurs. And the threshold frequency, again I am going to define here. The graph between stopping potential and the frequency does not pass through the origin, as we have seen this previously also for 3 metals. So, here is the stopping potential on the y-axis and the frequency on the x-axis. It shows that there is a minimum value of the frequency called as a threshold frequency, below which photoelectric emission is not possible. So, from this to left side, there is no photoelectric effect possible, but from this point photoelectric effect is possible, and it depends on the nature of the metal which emits the photoelectrons. And this is the equation, h nu is equal to phi plus half mv square. So, phi is the work function. By using this equation you can solve the problems. This is the Einstein's photoelectric equation.